fuck does she know about cameras? How, Sway? You ain't got the answers, man.
You're not gonna take inches off my dick. Okay.
Today we're diving in how Kanye West, the rapper, the producer, became such a big part of fashion. Bro wore a Carhartt jacket in 2017, got laughed at by the whole internet, and now everyone's dressed like a plumber. Make it make sense. Today we're diving into how Ye went from wearing pink polos to having a 2.7 billion Yeezy empire, then got dropped harder than a SoundCloud rapper on their debut. This is a chaotic, hilarious, and genius story of Kanye West versus the entire fashion industry.
Everybody wants to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know.
But before all of this backlash that's happening in 2025, let's rewind it to 2003. Everyone's wearing a G-Unit tank top. Kanye shows up in a pink Ralph Lauren polo with a Louis Vuitton backpack, like he's late for art school or something. People clowned him for the way he dressed, but little did they know that in 5 years that would be the fashion that's huge. He's also the only rapper with a Vogue subscription. He wasn't trying to look cool, he was trying to look expensive. Even interned at Fendi just to get into the game. Who does unpaid fashion work after being nominated for multiple Grammys? Kanye does. Also, let's not forget about Pastel, his fashion brand that never dropped. It was like the Yandy of fashion lines, teased for years, dropped never. Fast forward to 2009, Nike gives Kanye his own sneaker, the Air Yeezy 1. That's right, Nike gave a rapper a sneaker before they gave LeBron a ring. It was wild. People camped outside of stores like it was an apocalypse, but instead of food and water, they wanted glow-in-the-dark souls. Then came the Air Yeezy 2, Salika, Mina. They dropped on a random Sunday as well, with no warning, no marketing, just straight chaos. Like a sneaker Thanos snap, Kanye quoted, "I am a god."
Have you ever felt about a shoe since the Jordans the way you felt about the Yeezys? The Yeezys was hip hop, but then Nike marginalized me. They only let me design 2 silhouettes, and they didn't expect it to have that impact. And soon as it was too big, it's scary. We're not gonna let it be a new brand Jordan. We already had that one, baby. The only reason why brand Jordan is relevant is because of 2 people, me and Don C. Because Don C used to order them vintage Jordans for me when I was the new up-and-coming style icon in hip-hop, wearing Louis Vuitton backpack, a polo shirt, some paper denim jeans, and some Jordans where the sole was falling apart. And now they've been riding off of that idea, which is really a Donda idea. When I'm talking about Mark Parker, because he's not Phil Knight. It's difference. It's difference between somebody who working for somebody else's idea and a person who made the idea. Because me and Phil Knight gonna talk like this. The way me and Elon Musk talk for 3 hours, like this.
But also, Nike said he couldn't get royalties because he wasn't an athlete. Man was sprinting through creative fields, but whatever. So Kanye took his ball and bounced. Bro said, bye-bye, Nike. Then in 2013, Adidas signed Kanye like he was a 5-star basketball recruit, and that's when Yeezy really exploded. The 750s dropped, and then the 350s, and suddenly everyone was wearing Yeezys. Literally everyone. You couldn't go outside without seeing some kids trying to flip his Yeezys for rent money. Eventually, everyone will have Yeezys, is what Kanye said. I'm about to make bricks of boost and take over your closet, and let's be real, he did. Yeezy was huge. Now here's where it goes full Kanye. In 2022, he accuses Adidas of copying his shoe designs. Ye was mad that they Yeezy'd without Yeezy. I don't even know. So he goes on Instagram, as he always does, calls out the executives like it's WWE, and he realizes it doesn't work. So then what does he decide to do? Drops a problematic tweet that gets him dropped by everyone. Balenciaga, gone. Gap, gone. Adidas, gone. They cut ties with him and lost 1.3 billion in revenue. Man tanked more brands than an economic recession. Ye also lost his billionaire status.
Let me explain really clear to you guys what's happening with Adidas. It's not only are they putting out fake colorways that are non-approved, they're suing me for $250 million, and they're also not paying me for these shoes that they're putting out that have my name on it. And they're using contract clauses and 50 years of business experience to rape an artist, one of y'all favorite artists, right in front of y'all in broad daylight.
Before the implosion, Kanye drops Yeezy Gap, where clothes looks like they were made for stylish extras in the Matrix Reloaded. He dropped a puffer jacket with no zips. He dropped hoodies with no logos and teamed up with Balenciaga to make the most expensive homeless core look ever. People hated it, and then everyone copied it, as always. If you didn't look homeless in 2022, were you even alive?
How much money do you think Balenciaga had paid me in the past 2 years? Just take a really wild guess. A really wild.
Less than that.
Just take a super wild one. Just go to the furthest extent of your imagination.
1.2 million.
0.
Every time Kanye wore something different, people laughed at it, copied him 2 years after. He wore a Carhartt jacket back in 2017, I think. People laughed at him, calling him a plumber, all sorts. Then 2 years later, everyone wore it. That Carhartt jacket is the most expensive one you can find. It's a grail for most people. Then he wore massive boots. Everyone said he looks like a goofy Roblox character. He wore dark masks, all sorts of weird things. Now it's opium. It's a whole different style called opium. Everyone wears it.
Do you remember interviews when I was telling people, yo, I am the Tupac of fashion? I was like, I might not be the biggest musician because you got Michael Jackson, you got Tupac, you know what I'm saying? But with apparel, I knew it. And we just at the beginning. This is the #1 Google brand on the earth. And now I'm praying and saying, exactly we said 10 years ago, how do I do this all for Christ?
He proposed an idea to Balenciaga where he wanted to make baggy joggers. They laughed at him, saying, ain't no way we're doing that. And then they dropped the collection without him, baggy joggers, and now look at them, everyone wears them. He always gets laughed at, but he's always ahead. In 2024, Kanye went full indie. No Adidas, no Gap, just himself and a dream. He dropped everything for $20.
So what we do here is I'll cut up, 100 hoodies from Yeezy, from Balenciaga, from the stuff we did at Gap, from the stuff we did at Adidas, and everything we do is going to cost $20. We need to make sure that everyone can receive the same level of cuts, the same level of food, same level of water, same level of education, the curriculum, the engineering. We're beings with engineering opportunities. We're getting past the past. We're focused on the future.
No tags, no sizes, no marketing, just energy.
Hey y'all, this Ye, and it's my commercial. And since we spent all the money on the commercial spot, we actually didn't spend any money on the actual commercial. But the idea is, I want you to go to Yeezy.com, YEEZY.com, and I'm gonna write it at the bottom of the screen. And I got some shoes, and that's it.
Kanye, everything should be free. Since I can't do that, it's $20. Honestly, I respect that. Man's rebooting his empire like a Netflix show with lower budget and even more chaotic writing. Now Yeezy's worth $2.7 billion. Now, of course, Kanye had to switch up a little bit, so he changed the size chart. So it's now 1, which is S, 2, which is M, 3, which is L. I don't know why he's done this, but honestly, fair play to him. He switched up again. And in 2017, I would have laughed at you if you said you can buy Yeezy for $20. I would have hysterically laughed at you and called you an idiot, because in 2017 you could probably buy a pair of Yeezys for like $1,000 or $2. They were huge. So yeah, Kanye West might lose deals, get cancelled multiple times and say the wild things on Twitter, but fashion, he owns a piece of it forever. He wasn't just following trends, he was setting the whole blueprint. Whether you love him, hate him or fear him, one thing's for sure, Kanye West is fashion. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe since 97% of you aren't. Yeah, hit that subscribe button right now. I see you there. I see you, Jerry. Now let me know on your opinions of Kanye West in fashion.